let's spare a thought for those living in Canada, and this is an important one because then we've been warning you about this. Now, how Canada is turning into more of a socialist, semi-communist, sprinkled with a little bit of Maoism on top, as Canada is falling fast. Watch this. A quarter of employed Canadians now work for the government. Again, that's how we coast into communism. If you remember Mike in the Night we did 6 years ago on how we get to communism, one in four employed Canadians now work for the government. Now, here's the problem. I'm willing to bet 10 years of my life that 1 in 4 Canadians that are working for the government aren't Canadian. I'm now what I want to say is, okay, 1 in 4 Canadians are working for the government. But I'm willing to bet whatever you want. I'm willing to bet anything and put it on the line that of them 1 in 4 Canadians that are working for the government aren't Canadian. They're from other countries, not European countries either. They're from anywhere else but Europe. I'm willing to bet what you want. Because me, I'm a Portuguese in Canada. Banking jobs, government jobs, all that stuff, that's not for us. We were told at a young age, that's not for you guys. That's for the Canadians. Now, I'm willing to bet anything anybody wants that 1 in 4, a majority of these people aren't Canadian people. They came to Canada. They need to compete with the expensive housing that we have. And so here's a government job making 6 figures. I know a lot of people that have 6-figure incomes. They work for the government, and most of them have no idea what they're doing for the government here in Canada. And this is it right here. A quarter of employed Canadians now work for the government, and that's how you shift into communism. What have we been telling you about the public sector here in Canada? Government jobs destroying Canada by 2025, 60% public sector by 2030, 80 to 85%. So we're predicting into 2030 with this one. Private versus public sector jobs in Canada. Interest rates were raised on junk employment data 6 years ago. Canadian economy is too dependent on public sector jobs. Nearly 9 in 10 jobs created in 2021. Fake Canadian job growth. Public sector does not count mom and pops to be taxed to death 4 years ago. And look at this. Public employees across America cost taxpayers nearly $1 trillion. And that's where our hard-working money is going. If you're living in Canada watching this, I'm pretty sure Australia is becoming the same thing. And this, I'm not knocking these guys because Better Dwelling is amazing. I'm not knocking Better Dwelling, but when they say 1 in 4 Canadians work for the government, how Canadian are they? Did they just did they just arrive 2 years ago and they got the job? Because for me, as a Portuguese, I'm still, you're still down there, Mike. You relax there, Mike. Relax. We're not taking your kind right now. But is it like actual Canadian people? Like what's the deal with that? Because I've always wondered that. You know what I'm saying?